Alright guys, so we're going to work on candles for this next set of lessons. You'll notice here that it is a Photoshop file, so when you open it, it automatically opens in Photoshop because you notice the extension on there. Come back. There it is. So this is candles. We're going to play with it just a little bit to kind of go through and just basically learn some selection and moving things, just because a lot of times we have to move things around in our creations or on our photos and things like that. Like for example, this candle's tilted and there's not nearly enough candy to make me personally happy. So we're going to do a few tips and tricks. So over here on our tools panel, we're going to play with the marquee selection tool. You'll notice that there are options for this. We're just going to play with the regular rectangular one. And what that does is it just basically creates a selection that is a rectangle, and you can control how it is. I know I have something selected because I can see my little marching ants. Okay. If I get my move tool, I can actually move my selection. So maybe I wanted my candle over here or somewhere else. Going to undo that. Command Z helps me. I can actually put this guy on its own layer, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do layer, choose a new one, and I'm going to use it via cut. So here's what happened. I have my selected item and it's made a new layer. So I have a hole in this one, and we'll deal with that in just a second. But my candle is now a layer all by itself, which is kind of what I want. I want to be able to play with this and not kind of mess up the rest of this picture. You may not have this black square. If you look over here on my swatches panel, mine's actually backwards. This says whatever I do a cut like I did with my background, this is the color I want to use. So if you make sure that's white, that will actually not happen to you when you have that, when you do this. Personally, I'm going to fix mine here real quick, guys, and then I'll show you how I did it. So I'm using the magic wand tool to select the square of the wrong color. I'm going to make sure I'm painting with the white, so the white's on top. I'm going to get my paint bucket, so that's under my gradient tool, just like we use with the border, and I'm going to fill that. And then I did a Command D to unselect my selection. So anytime I have something in marching ants, okay, so anytime I have something with the marching ants, if I try to paint somewhere else, you'll notice it doesn't do anything. Okay, that's because with this selection, okay, my little marching ants, I can only work inside what I have selected. So this will only let me paint. So I'm going to do like a red just so y'all can really see. See, it's not doing anything. It will only let me paint inside what I have selected. So I want to make sure that I'm very aware if I have little marching ants around anywhere so that I don't actually do anything with them. So I have my awesome candle. It's now in its own layer, so I'm going to call this red jar candle. And then I'm going to hide my background layer. So I have this white box around my candle, which might not be helpful. I am going to erase the white box. I'm going to use the magic eraser tool. However, we could use the magic wand to select the white and then just use our eraser to erase it. That works, okay? But I like to cheat. I already told y'all I'm lazy. If I get the magic eraser tool, it works like the magic wand, and it will select all the white around my candle. So, quick tip. Let's just say I'm going to just do this real quick with my brush. We'll get to this here in a second. Let's just say I've got white over here too that I need to erase. Okay? If I click this, you'll notice it doesn't erase. Here's why that setting isn't. And this is important, especially if you're going to be using the magic wand or the magic eraser. Contiguous means touching. If this white was touching this, it would disappear. But because they're not touching, it's not going to erase until I come over here to click the white. Okay? So if you're ever trying to erase things and they're not touching, sometimes it helps to uncheck the box and then it will get rid of it all at once. Sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes it does. It's one of those things where there's no set rules. You're going to have to decide what works for you. All right. Now that I've got my candle all separated so I can move it around wherever I want, I'm going to make a bunch of copies of the candle. So I'm actually going to hold down my Alt key with my Move tool and make a second copy of my candles. You'll see it made another one. And I'm going to make one more. And then maybe I'll put one right here, and I'll put one here. I'm just going to make myself a lot of candles. We'll just pretend I really like them for whatever reason. So I have all these candles. And you'll notice that I clicked one and then I shift clicked to select all my layers, and I can move them around. If I don't like where I've got a specific candle, I can use my Move tool to move it. If I have a selection, I can also use the arrow key on my keyboard to nudge things just a little bit. Sometimes when you're moving with your mouse, you can't quite get things where you want them. Nudging works. Okay. I am going to make a folder here in my layers, and I'm going to call this Jar Candles. And I'm going to select all the jars and move them into my jar candle layer. And then in case you were confused on how I did that, I actually clicked one, I shift clicked the bottom jar candle, and then I just drug them into that layer. So now I can close this layer so it doesn't take up as much space in my layers panel. And I'm actually going to hit the little lock button to lock the layer so that I can't accidentally do something with it. See, I can't select any of these to move them. So it kind of helps me if I'm like, this is perfect, I don't want to touch it, put it in the right place. So now we're going to deal with this little piece of candy because he's just kind of hanging out. So I'm going to hit my zoom tool, that's the magnifying glass, make sure I'm zooming in, and I'm going to zoom in around my candy. To make life easier, I'm going to make sure that my background layer is white because I am going to cut this guy out. I'm going to use my lasso tool just to learn a new tool. You can also use your rectangular marquee selection. And I'm going to go through and circle my candy so that I have it. So you'll notice that I can control how I want this selection to be. And we're going to put it over here with its little buddies, with its friends. So I'm going to get my Move tool and I'm going to drag it. Oops, make sure my background's selected. I'm going to drag it over. Here is the problem that I've got is that it's got that white background. So I want to make sure that when I do my selection, I am getting it pretty close. So there's a couple ways you can get around this. I could go back and redraw my lasso tool much smaller. You'll notice that I've selected my magic wand tool like we kind of did before. If I were to press the shift key, I can add to the selection, but I actually want to get rid of the white around this, so I'm going to hold down my option or alt key, depending on if you're PC or Mac, to remove the selection around my candy. You'll notice it got rid of all the white. Selecting the blue is actually a problem because there's so many different colors of blue. I can't just select the candy, but by using my lasso tool and then the subtraction of the selection, I was able to get just the candy. So now I can move him over here to be with his little buddies. Okay. And I'm going to do that kind of same process to make more candy because I don't know about y'all, but I like candy and I would love some more of it. So I'm going to select that whole big old group of candy. I am going to do a new layer via cut, just like I did before. So this is going to be my candy layer. All right, so we notice that because I set that to be white, my background's nice and pretty. Okay, so I'm going to use the magic wand tool to get all the white, and then like I told y'all before, I'm lazy, I'm going to hit that delete key. You'll notice that I did not have contiguous selected, so what that means is that it's not selecting white that's not touching. So if I uncheck this and I select the white, you'll notice it got in here, but it's also getting part of the candy itself, so it's not exactly a good thing. I want to do it piece by piece. So I'm going to do a deletion here, going to select a deletion here, and I'm just going to go through and select all the white in this group of candy because when I copy it, I don't want to see the white. I just want to see my candy. Okay? So now that I've got my candy, I can get my Move tool, hold down my option key, and make more candy, just like I did before. So I'm actually going to put a bunch on here, and if you notice, it doesn't look like a pretty set. So I'm going to grab my original candy and put it up here first. And then I'm just going to kind of play so that it looks like I've kind of got a nice big old pile of candy. So kind of get these where you like them until you're happy with your candy. Okay. I want more up here. I want that one right over here. There's the one I want. So I want to pull this up here and put it further down so these on top show. So you're just kind of play with it till you kind of get a group of candy that looks cool to you. And that looks like a nice pile of candy. So I'm going to make another folder, and this is going to be my candy. Whoops. Candy group. And then I'm going to add all these in here. Gonna close a little group and lock it. And then I'm going to double click my hand tool, and that looks like a big old nice pile of candy. Makes me happy. Okay. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to fix this candle because he's tilted and that's just bothering me. So I'm going to zoom in some on here. Now, we could do like the lasso tool and subtract, but this is going to be a little bit of a problem down here. So we're going to use a different lasso tool. So I'm going to click and hold, and we're going to get the magnetic lasso tool. Now, the magnetic lasso tool has a little bit of a brain, and it notices color differentiation when we are going through to select items. So this is a good candidate because we've got red and white. Even the gold will work. This one will have to do a little bit of manipulation for the wick. So make sure when you are doing this process that if you've got a solid background, that your background color is the right color. It will help get rid of like your selection so we don't get that dark thing around it. And so we're going to get this magnetic lasso tool. It's really important that you pick where you start with this tool. So I'm going to start at that top part of the candle, and I'm just dragging my mouse. Now you'll notice even though I'm not exactly on it, it is following the line of the candle. So even if I get slightly off, it works. Problem with this tool is say you get distracted and you just bump. So now I have a hot mess. Couple things I can do. I can double click to make the selection happen and start over. That's how you can close the tool. Or I can press the delete key. What it's doing is it's getting rid of those dots. Those are anchor points as I'm going through so that I can then keep going with my selection. Those dots is when you're telling it that, hey, I want to actually force it to be here. We're going to have to actually click those dots here on the base of the candle because the gold and the red are too close together in color so that it can tell where those differences are. And then we'll have to do the same thing up here at the top. You notice if I kind of off a little bit, if I go back to my candle, I can re-click to make sure I have my selection where I want it. And I'm going to click here to get the wick. And then when I go back over the starting anchor point, you'll notice that this turns to a circle. So if I click this, this will give me my candle and it'll give me that selection. I don't have to worry about erasing things around it or other options. So I'm going to get my move tool and I'm going to come up here to edit. Oh, whoops, it would help if I was on the right layer, wouldn't it? I'm going to hit, make sure you're on the background layer. So I'm going to hit edit, free transform, or actually edit transform scale. We just rotate. And that way I can straighten my candle up so that it's actually nice and pretty. I can then get my move tool and move it so that it's nice and pretty in my holder. And then I'm going to hit return. Sorry, I'm going to hit the move tool. Why did that not work? Okay, sorry, deselect. So now it has actually straightened my candle, but I do have these, we'll call it after images of our candle. We want to get rid of those. So I'm going to just use the regular eraser tool, and I'm going to zoom in. And with that eraser tool, I'm going to change the size. It's really big because I had my brush size that big. You can change it up here. You can also do your brackets, and I'm just going to erase, making sure that I have white as my background right here. And I'm going to erase the after effects. Now I'm just using the scroll wheel on my mouse to zoom down in my image. You can also use your scroll bars. But we're going to clean this up so it looks nice and pretty. Double click my hand so I can see, okay, I have this awesome pretty object. So now you're just going to make sure that you do your file save as, that you call this candles with your last name with candles. Make sure you save the Photoshop file. You'll hit save, and then make sure you've got your last name with candles, and then you also save me the JPEG file to turn in on Canvas.